Hear myself very well now. Okay, so welcome to today's day one training of the lead generation training, right? So we have a whole lot of things packed for you, and our facilitator is also here. No other person but Olua Pelumi Akintoye. So please, Olua Pelumi, please can you just unmute your mic and say hi to everyone before I can introduce you properly?
Hi everyone, so good to be here.
Thank you so much. Okay, I hope you guys could actually hear her. Okay, so I'm just going to briefly introduce Pelumi and tell you guys who she is. Okay, give me a second. All right, so she's a sales development and lead generation strategist, helping B2B companies and executive coaches consistently book qualified meetings with decision makers without paying ads, without paid ads rather. So I noticed that somebody talked about running an ads, right? So she's going to teach you how you can generate leads without paid ads. Okay, so she specialized in building and executing outbound strategies that convert cold prospects into booked sales calls and product demo meetings using tools and skills like LinkedIn Sales Navigator, Apollo, Microsoft Excel, CRM tools as well. So you can just go to her profile. So before the end of today's training, okay, I'm going to drop her profiles for you guys to connect with her, and you're going to see more of her content concerning lead generation, right? So if you still want to know more about the lead generation, want to be getting more content from there, you can just check her profile on LinkedIn and get more feedback. And then we are going to dive into the training properly, right? So if you're with your pen, or if you're not with your pen, go and get your pen. If you're not with your book, go and get your book, so and get it ready. So for those persons, and let me just leave the group open. So for those persons who are on the group, let me just leave it open so people can drop their comments in case there are any comments that need answers to. All right, so it's open. So please, you guys should just tell every other person who is supposed to be here to join this live training. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, right? For those of you who don't know me, because I know that some persons are coming from my community and some persons are joining in because of this training, right? So I'm going to introduce myself. So my name is Horsfall Fortuna, and I am the founder of Virtual Allies Hub. So basically, what we do is to empower freelancers, right, and also help them upskill, which is part of what we are doing right now. We create workshop trainings like this on any skill at all. So there are so many people who might not have some level of skills and they might not afford it, right? But knowing the basics or getting knowledge of a particular skill is better than not knowing it at all. So that is where we come in. We help freelancers, okay, to learn more skills, because I know so many people. I know a lot of people who are virtual assistants, but they don't know anything about lead generation. Some people are not virtual assistants, right? But they have other skills that are doing, but they still want to gain that knowledge. Like I said, you cannot be managing someone's business and you don't have any knowledge about lead generation. So you need to have that knowledge. That is where Virtual Allies Hub comes in. Okay, so she's showing her face. So you guys can see you guys can see her face, right? So that is where we come in to help everyone upskill. Okay, so this is an opportunity that you have to take. Make sure that you grab this opportunity and do not let go of this opportunity. So whatever thing you're going to be learning today, it's courtesy of Virtualize Hub, right? I'm the founder of Virtualize Hub, like I said. So like I also said, in the community, we are going to be having subsequent workshop. We're going to be having subsequent workshops. So by next month, we'll also have more workshops like this. Okay, by next month, we'll be having another workshop. So if you're in the group, thank you very much. If you followed our page, if you followed all our social pages, thank you very much for following those pages. So we're just going to dive right into it. So I hope that you guys will be hearing our facilitator's voice and not my own voice. The next voice you're going to be hearing is her own voice, not my own voice. So thank you very much. And the mic is yours, Pelumi. You can take over from here. Okay, we're not hearing you. We're not hearing you. Unmute your mic. We're not hearing you.
Oh, great. Thank you, guys. So great to be here. I'm trying to get the best place for you to see my face, but I think it's better now. So good to be here. And thank you for that song. Yeah, it was relaxing, kind of. It's been a long day. Guys, so good to be here. So good to meet all of you. I can see peace. I can see Gift, Gechi, Tosin, Annabelle, Frances, Gift, Debbie, Julia, everyone. I recognize and celebrate you. And I want to say big well done to Fortuna, right? I should be correct with that. For what you're doing. I mean, yeah, it's a great job. I heard you just now about what you're doing to help people get skilled and also, do all of that for people. I think that's a great initiative. So let's get down to it today. We want to learn about lead generation. So, Fortuna, please, is everyone here a virtual assistant, or you have people with different skills? I need to know.
Okay, this is what this is what we're going to do. So if you are a virtual assistant, comment virtual assistant. Okay, if you're a virtual assistant, comment virtual assistant. If you're already specializing, because obviously virtual assistant has you can be a virtual assistant and be in so many things, right? You can be a virtual assistant and you can be a virtual assistant, and inside that virtual assistant you're doing administrative, you're doing social media management, you're doing copywriting, you're doing graphic design. So if you're specializing already, you can still comment what you're specializing. So let our facilitator know what you're actually doing. Okay, so please drop the comments, just keep the comments coming so she can see it, right? She's also seeing the comments, so just keep your comments coming in, and just like that. Yeah, so someone is saying social media manager, a lot of people are saying virtual assistant, right? So okay, a lot of people are not some people are not even specializing right now, they are just full-time virtual assistants. So anywhere the breeze anywhere the breeze is taking them to, they will go and stay there. So it could be that the breeze will take them to lead generation, they might decide to dive into lead generation, specialize into it. So a lot of people are still trying to get clarity on what they need, like the particular area of virtual assistant that they need to specialize on. So literally, I think a lot of persons here are virtual assistant. Someone is saying general virtual assistant. So yeah, virtual assistants, they are all there. So
Okay, thank you so much. I can see through the comments that a lot of people are virtual assistants here. So that's beautiful. I mean, it just maybe helps me to, of course, I won't ignore those who are not, but it helps me to understand my audience this evening. So yeah, what we want to look at this evening, as lead generation, I think I sent a bit of things to Fortuna. She would have shared it with you. So we're going to look at what lead generation is, why you need it for your business, how you can get into that and to start getting results for yourself. I'm sorry I couldn't prepare a slide for you guys. I explained to Fortuna the reason why. Maybe tomorrow I'll try to come up with a slide, but all the same, you're still going to be able to get my message. Try to share screen a bit. So I'm just going to share my. So what I want to talk to you about, I will introduce you to lead generation, why you need lead generation for your business, lead funnel and how to build one for your business, and all of what is related to that and how it can help you start getting results. And we're going to look at inbound and outbound lead generation because I think a lot of people here on LinkedIn are probably trying to use LinkedIn and maybe other social media platform, of course, to generate leads for yourself. So let's get right into it. Lead generation, as many of you would know, is important. I think The inception of lead generation started from the point of realization. The intent of lead generation is sales overall. However, some people still ask me, so we want to sell, why do we have to go through the lead generation part? Like, why do I have to generate leads before I get the sales? Well, you can decide that, oh, you want to just talk about what you are selling, please come and buy from me, or just buy from, just like we go to the market and then you buy from people, right? But the thing we do not understand even about marketplaces, even though you see people just go in to buy, is there is always, I mean, in every purchase there is a customer journey, or you can call it a buyer's journey. There is a journey every single buyer goes through before they finally make a sale, before they finally make a purchase, right? And so this is the realization that came to us and dawned on us, and we're like, okay, there is something that can be in between you and sales happening. And that is being in control of your buyer's journey. So let me explain that a bit more. Before you make a purchase, even you listening to me and myself, there is already an ongoing process before that time. For example, maybe you're trying to buy anything. There was a point you were never aware of that product, right? And there was a point you got aware. Recently, I was trying to get a wireless microphone for my content because my podcast microphone was stressing me, right? I didn't like the fact that I had to fix it before making my content. So I'm trying to get another one. But then, before I decided to get that, there was a point where I got aware that there is something called wireless microphone that you can use, right? I got aware and I probably maybe saw it with someone who was creating a content, or I saw, or somebody talked about it that, oh, for you to make easier content and all of that, for you to enjoy your mobility when you're doing your content, you need a wireless microphone that you can just pin to your dress and then make the content. I had a point of awareness. It was not at the point of awareness that I will make my purchase. This is me just getting aware, right? So people get aware of a product or a service and move on with their life. But after that point, a point I get to a point where I feel like, okay, I think I now need to purchase this because now I need it more than ever. And at this point, what I want to do now is I'm now considering which one to get. I'm a bit I don't even know the word to use to qualify myself, but whenever I want to purchase maybe, all this technical stuff, I take my time so much, looking out for the quality, looking out for what people have said about it and all of that. So it's been taking me days and days now, and I'm not even concluded, right? I don't think that's the best thing to do, but I got into a phase where I'm like, what do I want? What brand do I want to get and all of that. And I'm considering making the purchase before I then finally decide to make a purchase when I finally decide to do it. You see, that process that I've gone through is a buyer's journey. Every single person goes through it, even as much as the food you buy. Now, food is a daily thing, but you already are aware that you need a food to survive. And then you got to a place of what am I going to eat this morning? And then you decide who to buy it from, and then you make the purchase. So it is important that you understand and maximize lead generation because it is usually the step before making a purchase. A lead, the word lead means a potential customer. Anybody who has the potential to purchase your product or your service. Every single person on earth is a lead for a product, a lead for a service, because we all use product and services and make purchase, right? Not everybody will be your lead. Your only lead, your leads, I mean now, are people who need a virtual assistant, who need whatever it is that you do here. Those are your leads. So your leads are your potential customer. Um, a market woman probably selling palm oil, maybe on a very small scale, does not need you. Does not need you. I mean, she's selling it on her street. She doesn't need a virtual assistant. She's not your potential customer, kind of. Maybe if she takes it bigger and then she wants to come to social media and then you try to do stuff for her on social media, then she needs you. But right now, the people that are your leads are potential customer, people who have the potential to make purchase of your product or your service. So this is what you want to do. You want to capture them when they are even still not thinking about purchasing your product, when they're still not thinking about you, when they even don't know you. That is lead generation. So you are generating in leads. You are bringing in people that, oh, maybe in 2 years, in 3 months, in 1 month, they might eventually decide to buy from me. So when you capture them, you put them within your control. I'm not saying you will control them with jazz or something, but it means that you can put yourself in front of them more. You can talk to them about it more. They can see you more. And, oh, I think Fortuna is good at this. I may eventually just make her my VA, right? So you have that opportunity to then present yourself to them. But let's assume you're not doing lead generation. All you are doing is you're coming to social media. Let's use social media for example now. And you keep talking to people about how your virtual assistant service is $3,000 per month. If you want to hire me as a virtual assistant, it's 3,000 per month, and all of that. You move ahead. Someone, by seeing your content, may get aware of, oh, what virtual assistant, and then the person reads it up. Oh, virtual. Oh, that's good. And then the person gets aware of it, but they move on. The next maybe 1 month, they see someone else's content on virtual assistants, and they're like, oh, I've seen this thing before. Oh, this person is doing a discount. That means this person is willing to give like $1,000 off discount to anybody who wants it. And I might need a virtual assistant. Maybe I should just use this person, right? And the person decides to use that person, but the person got aware through you. But let's assume that you already took in that person who first knew through you. They might be considering you because now you are within their funnel. As we go ahead, you're going to understand me more. It's not complicated. It's just that I try to explain this better to people so that they can understand the ideology behind it. So why, guys, I need to charge. I need to just plug my laptop, please. Forgive me. Where is it? Okay. Someone is asking if you guys can see my screen. I think you should be seeing my screen. So, as I was saying, why do you need lead generation for your business? I already mentioned it. It's so that you don't run out of clients. I understand that there are several ways to get clients, recommendations, family, none of that, but you still run out of family members, right? So there are a lot of other ways, but one of the sole purpose of needing lead generation is so that you don't constantly run out of clients. You have enough people in your pipeline, because when it comes to lead generation, one thing that breaks people's heart is they feel like, if I've generated about 100 leads, then I have 100 customers. No, no, you don't. Out of 100 leads, you might have just one customer or five customers, because we work with 1% to 5%. And that's like one out of 100, two, three, four, five out of 100. Like, you're doing a good job, 5 out of 100. You see, so when I started lead generation, I used to feel very heartbroken after generating leads. And then I feel like, oh my God, see the limited number of people that bought my product or bought my service. I felt bad until I understood that I'm doing well now. I wasn't doing bad at that time, but it was because of the number. I was expecting that everybody would buy, forgetting that people are always at different phases of the funnel at each time. So for your business, you need enough leads in your pipeline. The more they are, the more your conversion rate. So for example, if you have 100 leads within your pipeline is your funnel. Just imagine pipeline in your head, right? So if you have 100 and you're looking at 2% conversion, that means two people can become your client out of 100. Imagine if you have 200 and you can have four. If you have 500 and you can have 10, right? So it keeps moving like that. 2% of 1,000 is different from 2% of 100. So the more they are, the better it is for you. So what you need a lead generation funnel for, like I said, majorly, so that you have enough people on your ends to say, oh, these are people that can become your clients. And for example, even if you are selling products, you need more leads. If you are selling services, you might not have capacity for a lot of clients, because if you're working for someone already, you might be satisfied. But for someone selling products, you need a lot of leads. You need to keep generating a lot of leads. So I wanted to use this to explain what a funnel is like to you guys. Why do I have very short? Okay. So I wanted to use this to explain lead generation funnel to you. I mean, to explain lead generation generally to you. So you can see these people, right? These people, I love the fact that there are people that are playing, some people are going to the office. These are just people going about their normal day to day business on social media or anywhere, right? But let's just concentrate on social media because we are talking about the digital space. They're going about their normal business. Some people on LinkedIn, they're just trying to come into LinkedIn and see what's going on there. Some people are just, doing whatever it is they like. But you are somewhere as a virtual assistant with a goal of generating it, with a goal of capturing these people that are going about their business into your funnel. Just like you're not kidnapping them, but like you're trying to put them into your bag and say, oh, yeah, come here. You don't know me, you have to know me now, right? So you can see them right at their feet is a steeped funnel that you can pull them into. It's not physical, but I will show you how you can make that funnel for yourself. So you're trying to capture them. They are going about their world, they are doing whatever it is they want to do, and you are there waiting for them. But you can't just wait for them, you need to capture them. That is why you can't just be on social media just doing your thing and just well, things happen, but you don't want to rely on random tactics. You want to have a particular strategy. So what you want to do is to ensure that these people come into your space. I will call it your space. You want them to come to you. The way I started lead generation was, I think the very simple way. I was using WhatsApp marketing, which is still much in use till today. And because WhatsApp was a very intimate application, it was quite easy because it helps people to know you better and all of that. So I just capture people from different social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn, or any other platform, and then bring them into my WhatsApp. But why am I doing that? You probably see my content on LinkedIn and you really don't know. Maybe that's the first time you're going to see. Maybe you just saw something about me on Facebook. That's the first time ever. But I don't want you to go because you may have interest in what I'm trying to sell or what I'm trying to provide, what solution I'm trying to provide. So what I do is I find a means to capture you and bring you into my WhatsApp, which could be a funnel now. The fact that I brought you from somewhere inside my space. So now when I'm posting on my status, you can see it from time to time. Now it is closer than LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, you might not even see my content for 1 week when LinkedIn wants to do its thing, right? But on WhatsApp, it's different. That's a kind of funnel. I can decide that I will put people into my email list so that I can send them email every day and they can get to know me better. So you can see this. This, what you are doing in lead generation is you're trying to attract people. Attraction is the basics of lead generation. Pulling them in is the basics of lead generation. All these other ones are the things I will use to now explain the funnel that leads them to conversion for you. But the basics of lead generation is first capturing them. So, how exactly can you capture leads? Through several means, my people. Guys, are you getting me now? I'm just hearing myself. So from time to time, I'm going to ask you, are you understanding it too? Am I moving too fast? Is there something you're not getting? Okay, so people are following me. Thank you so far. Great. So how do you capture these leads? Several ways. That is why I wanted you to get the psychology behind it, the thought pattern behind lead generation. It even helps you come up with different strategies or different ways to go about this. So let me make two instances for you. For example, the inorganic way. Let me just paraphrase it because we're still going to maybe go into the explanation, but I will not maybe be talking too much about advertisement because most of you here might be wanting to just use your social media platform. So, for example, in the inorganic way, which is to run advertisement, right? What you want to do is to put out something like a bait, that thing you put at the end of a hook when you're trying to catch a fish. The reason you are putting it there is because there are fishes in the sea and they are going about their business. They are going about it, they're just moving everywhere and just enjoying and just gisting there, gisting with their mom and dad and friends in the water. But you are there. You want to disrupt that thing. You want to disrupt that flow and say, I need a fish. Your customer is like a fish to you, right? And so if you put your hook right directly into the water, they will see it and pass. They are still there. The fishes you need are still there, but they will see it and walk away. But when you put a bait is something they are interested in, something they cannot close their eyes to, something they are like, oh my God, I need to get this, right? So you put it there. It's something that fishes eat, right? But something they are very interested in. You put immediately they see it. They ignore the hook that you are bringing. They forget that you're trying to capture them. They come for the bait. Once they come for the bait, you feel the weight on your hook and you pull it out. You have a fish. That is all you do to generate lead. So you put out what exactly your potential client would need. That is the secret of it. So you are a virtual assistant. What is the most important thing to your potential customer when it comes to virtual assistant? What is the biggest problem a person is trying to solve before they can think of hiring a virtual assistant? I don't even believe that you should be doing assisting now and you do not even understand the problem of your potential audience. Lead generation starts with that. If you do not understand it enough, some people think, oh, yeah, I know it. When I'm training people on lead generation, the first most important thing I tell them to do is their ICP, and it means ideal client profile. We create a profile or an avatar, just a representation of what is the biggest problem of my ideal client. What are they looking to solve? What is the day-to-day trauma they are going through as regards this thing? What is the pain that they are going through? Oh my God, maybe my potential client is so swamped with work at this time. They could be making maybe $10,000 per month, but what they are making now is $5,000 per month because they are swamped with work. They are swamped with work that someone else can take, some work that does not even move the needle directly, but are needed for their business. And every single day as they move to work or they're in their room and trying to work digitally, they are wondering, oh my God, this work is too much. If somebody can just take it on my shoulders. They know that virtual assistance exists, but it's not coming to them as an option. But they desire that heavy lifting off their shoulder. Oh, now that I know that, I'm just saying this for example, yeah. Now that I know the biggest problem of my ideal client, which is being overwhelmed, or which is not having enough time to do maybe everything they're supposed to do, or maybe always not eating their daily goals or daily quota, or always getting some in administrative tasks and all of that, then I put out something that is a solution to that thing. And it could come in different ways. It could come in different way for different people. For example, if let's say Fortuna was supposed to sell this training to you, if she was supposed to sell this training to you, and she wants to put out something that will attract you as a virtual assistant or as a business person to this lead generation training, she only needed to put out there the training in a way that shows she wants to solve your problem. Maybe your biggest problem now is getting clear. She only needs to put it in a training, maybe flyer that get maybe 15 clients per month using this strategy that you will find in a training, right? And you see it because that is your biggest problem at the point you are attracted to it. So that is what I'm saying. When you look out for the it has to be the main problem. Oh. There are many problems why somebody can need a virtual assistant, but you need to know that primal one, that primal desire that they have, that one that they will not like, that ups them to their marrow, like that makes them feel, oh my God, I just need a solution. I've gotten here, right? So once you find that, then let's talk about LinkedIn now. That could then form the basics of your content. So you then put out content that helps them solve the problem in a way. Let's say, for example, you know that the conversation going on in the head of your potential client every morning is, how God, my to-do list is so long. How can I even finish up this thing? And they keep getting into a circle where they are doing a lot of things but getting little result for it. And then you write the content that says, if you are, let's assume you have a specific audience you're working for, let's say executive coaches. If you're an executive coach swarmed between many tasks but getting little result to show for it, here is three things that you can do. I will stop if I'm an executive coach because you just called me out and you just called out my problem. And now you list three things that make sense. So not just, you know, Three good things that I feel like, oh my God, this is what I need, right? And at the end of it, you're telling them if you need more further help with this, maybe you need to declutter your to-do list and you don't know how to do that. Click on the link below and book a free strategy session with me or something free. You use something free to capture leads. I already mentioned that earlier. It is better. Some people say it doesn't have to be free, but it's better to use something free to capture your leads. And this is why they don't know you yet. They're just seeing you. They don't trust you so much yet, unless maybe you have not built so much trust. But at the same time, people that have not used your product or your service don't trust you so much to give you their money. They might be seeing your content on social media, but it doesn't mean they trust you enough to pull out money from their wallet. So when you use something free, there's no risk. There's no, oh, what if she's not good? Oh, what if she's just all mouth and no result? Oh, what if? When it is free, they come in. So when they get to your strategy session and then you're talking to them, oh, I think Fortuna is really good at what she does, then they start considering to make a purchase of your product. But in the first place, what you have just done is to capture them through a problem that they have. It always has to be through a problem. If you are or someone that runs Facebook ads a lot, and then I put out a webinar that says if you are not running profitable ads or if you are not getting a ROAS of 1 to 10, you need this webinar. You will click on it because it's a major problem. You don't want to keep wasting money on your advertisement. So when it is a major problem that is giving people that is wasting their time, a major problem that is giving them stress and making them put in more effort, a major problem that is making them waste money. These three things: money, time, effort. If you can look for the problem around these three things and then tackle it, it will be important to them. So that is what you will concentrate um on your content, in your content, I mean. So you want to always go and talk to them about the certain problems that they are facing. So if it's content, just list out the problems that you know the major problem that you know they need, or maybe the top three problem that you know they need, and find content around it. So if overwhelm is the major problem you think they are facing, find several content around it. Overwhelm can come as a result of having too much to do and not fulfilling it. Overwhelm can come out of not getting to their goals or not meeting their sales quota. Because I saw somebody said I'm a lead generation virtual assistant. So the overwhelm could be around and they start creating content around it. Content that specifically solves a problem that they want to solve. And so that way you can generate leads. So let me break that into two. Let's talk about that content. You can decide to add a link to your content that brings them further into your funnel, or you can leave it like that. That's something people do, like, okay, I'm just going to start putting out value content there, and people are going to see the value. And yeah, people are going to come to you and say, oh, I think this person is good at what they do. And they come into your DM. That's what we call inbound, right? People coming to you by themselves, by the virtue of the value that you are releasing to them. But I always recommend that, of course, not every time you put out the content, but at least if your goal is lead generation, then put out something there. Put out a free lead magnet. Put out something that can be of help to them. It could be a one-page ebook that tells them how a checklist that can help them to fulfill or to meet their daily goals, or a checklist that can help them to declutter their daily goals and choose only the things that are important to them, so they don't end up feeling overwhelmed. Something that can take them further into your place. So I don't believe that, oh, just leave them there. But let's say you're posting 5 times a week, you can at least put a link or a call to action these 3 times out of the 5 times that you're posting. So I hope that is clear. When it comes to content and you're trying, let me go over that again, and you're trying to generate leads, ensure that your content is around the problem. I'm not saying 5 times a week that you're posting, post every time about content, because content has to be diverse. You want to have community content, growth content, and lead generation content. You won't be putting a lead generation every single time. But even if you want it that way, it's also fine. So have your content to be around their major. If it's around their major, there's no way they're not going to go. If it's a major problem to them, they're not going to go. If they go, they are not your potential client. It means it's not their problem, right? So fine, take your time. Your ICP, I used to have a workbook Maybe I'll check it and maybe I can share it with Fortuna to share with you guys that I use for my students. It's very comprehensive and it helps you to go like deep, deep, deep down to identify the problem of your potential client and also understand your own solution. So that way you can put out things that will resonate with them. So the next way, I hope you guys are jotting or something though. I could have prepared a slide, but I'll do that tomorrow. So the second thing you want to also think about when you are trying to capture lead is using lead magnets. As the name implies, lead magnet means magnet to capture lead. So aside your content, other things I've mentioned it in something a little the other time is finding materials or resources that solves a problem for your potential client for free. So, for example, maybe um, as a virtual assistant, you think you already figured out that the major problem that people have maybe is being swamped in their goals and all of that. You can create a checklist that helps them to see. You can use the 80 to 20 principle. Does anybody know about 80 to 20 principle here? Type yes. 80 to 20 principle that helps them to know 20% of um what directly contributes to their results. So for example, I woke up, I wrote a goal, I list out the activities I want to do and the tasks I want to do for a day. How do I know the 20% of things to concentrate on to get results? So the reason they are overwhelmed is because they are not getting results. The reason they are not getting results is because they are probably concentrating on 80% of things that do not directly move the needle of the result they want to get. So now you are creating a checklist as a virtual assistant, helping them to see the actual steps they can use to identify the 20% of what they should focus on. Do you get the link now, guys? I need to see your comment. Nobody knows about 80 to 20% principle because I can't see anybody typing about that. Okay. So what I mean by 80% to 20, you can read it. It's called the Pareto rule. You can just Google it. It's called the Pareto rule. It says that 80% of what people focus on most time is not what get them the result. Only 20% of whatever, for example, your to-do list, if you list it, only 20% out of your to-do list contribute to your major result. And it cuts across life, right? Only 20% of your whole customer base contribute largely to your major revenue. Only 20%, blah, 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 and all of that. So you can help them to see that a way to stop feeling overwhelmed is to be able to identify the 20% most paramount things that contribute directly to the result that they seek. Someone is trying to generate more sales for their business, but they are swamped in other activities. Help them to figure out the 20% of things they should focus on. So, what happens when you do that for them? You create maybe short template which could you can always create very shortly on Canva and all of that. And then you attach it maybe to your content and say if you are an executive coach or whatever audience that you focus on and you're always overwhelmed by number of activities you should do. It could be because you are concentrating on the 80% activities that does not directly contribute to your goal. Here is a template I made for you that will show you step by step process how to identify 20% of things you should focus on daily that will get you to your result immediately. How will that not interest them if it's a major problem that they are facing? So when you give them that access, before you give them that access, of course, you collect their emails or their name, or you take them to your WhatsApp, whichever means you want to use. Like if you just give it to them and they just download it and you have no contact, you have not generated lead to. Yeah, I need to point out lead generation means they are within your space now. You now have access to them. They are giving you their contact information. That is when you have a lead. If you don't have their contact information, there's no way you can reach them. You don't have a lead. So you want to create a page. So for example, um you've created a template, like I said, which is in PDF. Then you create a Google form, right? Say, for example, if you don't want to go creating an opt-in page or a website, just create a Google form that asks them for their first name and their email, maybe their WhatsApp number, whatever, and all of that. And then so that you write it on top of it. Um, Fill this information to get this free PDF. And then they will give you that information because you're about to give them that bait, that thing that they need, right? So once they give that information to you, you give them the PDF. So now you have access to them. You not only have access to them, you know that this person is my potential client. For this person to come all the way and take this free lead magnet and give me their information, they will be interested in what I'm about to sell. So it helps you to be able to qualify your prospect. Not everybody on LinkedIn commenting on your post is your prospect. When they come in, it helps you to know that, yeah, I can follow up with this person. Yes, I can keep telling this person about my products and services later. They have the potential to buy from me. So that is how to capture leads. I'll mention this before I move to the next thing. When you are creating that kind of maybe PDF and all of that, one thing you should always do is call to action within your lead magnets, call to action. And this is what I mean. After you have created that template for them, if it is really good and really help them, they will have goodwill for you because you just give them such a premium solution for free. They will have goodwill in their heart for you. But it doesn't mean they will start thinking about you in some kind of way. You have to make them think about that. You have to make them desire you. So what you want to do is um tell them if they need help with the 80% of the other things. Just say, for example, you are using that template, for example. If you need help, okay, so maybe after telling them, you can tell them, you can put it there, note. I understand that the 80% of things that you have just ticked out of your daily to do are still important in ensuring the success of your business. But what do you do with the 80%? Get a virtual assistant like me who can help you undo these things while you focus on the things that get you a result. Do you see how you just promoted yourself? You just gave them a solution and you just gave them another solution. Because now they feel like, oh my God, I'm not going to feel overwhelmed. But soon they will start thinking, so what will happen to the rest of the 80%? I still have to get it done. I still have to check the emails. I still have to reply the emails. So how will I do that? But now you offer them a solution that will make them even come further into your profile, into your funnel. So when you put it there that get a virtual assistant to get this done. You can book a free 15-minute free session with me to understand how I can help you. Leave it there. So you've just given them a prompt to even come. That's how you go about conversion, right? This is very important. So what I've just listed to you is understanding the problem of your potential client, talking to them about a problem and giving them a solution, giving them a free lead magnet that can help them now come and give you their details. Somebody commenting on your LinkedIn, you don't have their details. You probably just can go to um their DMs. That's if they are your connections anyway. But that is all. It is different when you have access to their emails. You can send them email every morning, talking to them about how is work going. I hope you're not feeling so overwhelmed again. If you are still feeling overwhelmed, these are three things you can do. Just little value here and there you're giving to them. The more you come to their faces, the more you are in their head. Oh, Fortuna is so good at this thing. Oh, um, um, Gift is so good at this thing. I really think I need that. The more they start thinking about you, that's their VA. Because now you are the one they see. They're not just seeing you on LinkedIn, they're seeing you on their email, they're seeing you in their WhatsApp, they're seeing you on your status, continuously talking about this thing. And they can see that you are good at this thing. So you see how lead generation work. You are only capturing the process of your buyer. You are capturing their journey and ensuring that none of that journey is without you. Their awareness phase is with you. In their consideration phase, you are there. In the time when they are thinking, who should I use? Is it Gift or Fortuna? You are in their face, right? Doing things that helps them to make a better decision of coming to you. Guys, is this clear? I really think I'm trying to explain that, but I don't know. It might not be clear to you guys. Guys, is it clear? Is it clear? Is it clear? Oh, please repeat. Which part do you want me to repeat? And guys, is this clear? So far that we've come, is it clear? Do you understand how I just explained that? If you want to generate leads using your LinkedIn, your content, you can be LinkedIn, TikTok, anywhere, anywhere, anywhere. Okay. So it can be anywhere. What I just said can be anywhere, right? It's the same process over and over again. But when you do understand the problem of your ideal, if you really understand, Kai, it will help you. There's a reason why I concentrate on ICP for my students, like because I know if you solve that problem, you won't waste time. Even your content, you will not waste time creating it because you will understand what to say. You will know what to say. Okay, so we said that is clear. Great. So let me use this now to explain to you um, in more clear terms what I just explained the other time. So now, for example, you always let we're using content now, for example, because you're talking about the organic way. Organic means you are not paying, you're using just your organic means your free platforms and accounts, social media accounts. So when you are trying to develop your lead generation content, by lead generation content, I mean content that has the sole purpose of generating leads. Don't just create content and thinking, oh, that maybe that should get me leads. There should be a plan, there should be a strategy. The reason most of us don't get results is because we just think, let me leave it to chance. Let me make it random. You make it random, you get random results, right? Have a plan. On Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm churning out lead generation content. It should be part of your plan if you have plan for lead. Don't just put out content that I hope they will find that. No, have a plan. Oh, on Thursday and Friday, lead generation content, blah, 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 whatever way you want to do it. And if you want to do it every day, there's a way you can do it every day that would generally look like lead generation. For example, if you are giving them, you just give them value in your content and you're telling them that they can download a PDF or download or get access to something you put together that can help them. You're still helping them, right? But it's still lead generation content. So when you're trying to develop your lead generation content, always put this in mind. There's also something we'll call tofu. You would have heard that before. TOFU, MOFU, that's mofu, and then BOFU, that's bofu. And the meaning is just top of the funnel content. This also apply in advertisement. Anything that has to do with generation and funnel. These three things I'm saying applies, but let's bring it to content now. Tofu content means top of the funnel content. Mofu means middle of the funnel content. And woeful means bottom of the funnel content. But why did they even matter? So when you're developing your lead generation content, you have to understand that in the street of social media, you're going to meet people at different phases of the funnel. A funnel is majorly dissected into three or majorly four, right? The awareness phase, let's just say three: the awareness phase, the consideration phase, and the decision phase. The awareness phase is when they are getting aware of maybe the solution or maybe your solution. Awareness is awareness. Maybe they know that there's something called virtual assistance, but they don't know about you before. But now they're just getting aware that you also do virtual assistance, right? That's awareness. Or maybe for the first time ever in their life, they are hearing virtual assistance. That's also awareness. So the next phase, major phase, is consideration phase. When they become aware now that this virtual assistant thing can really solve the problem I've been facing for years. Now start thinking and considering. I used to see about 5 people post about virtual assistant. Who should I pick? Who will give me the best result? Who will do this? Who will do that? They are now considering. You do that when you want to make purchase. Before you buy that bag, you're probably wondering, who should I buy from? And there are many things involved in that consideration phase: quality, pricing. People are considering based on quality, based on pricing, based on goodwill, based on will I get result, based on assurance and many other things, right? Before they now come to the decision phase. So how does this affect your content? When you're trying to create a generation content, you have to understand that you can't just focus on one part of the funnel. You have to focus on these three parts of the funnel. For the top of the funnel content, it will look like this. Do you know a virtual assistant can help you achieve your goal 10 times faster? Or do you know that a virtual assistant can help you achieve your sales goal 10 times faster? That's more specific. Goals is very wide, right? So, for example, that's what a top of the funnel content will look like. That means you are trying to talk to someone who has been having problem meeting their sales goal, but never knew a virtual assistant can help them. You are trying to get them aware, and then you go ahead in the content to help them to see that making sales is not an easy task, right? And as a business owner, you have 1,000 and many things going on in your life and in your business. And several times, the major things that moves the needle and makes you get that sale, you are not even having time to do it because there is a lot on your table. But a virtual assistant can come in and take the 80% of the task that are not generally contributing to yours. Is why you can focus on having meetings, having conversions, while a virtual assistant can book the meetings for you, go through the follow up for you, go through the emailing for you, right? You just got them aware, right? So that is the top of the funnel content. Somebody has a sales problem now, but never has an idea that a virtual assistant can help them, even though they know that there's a VA, right? So you want to create those top of the funnel content that helps them get aware of how a virtual assistant can help them get their solutions. Do you know constantly feeling overwhelmed could be because um, you have up to 10 things on your to-do list, right? And they're like, okay. So you get them to see that if you want to be super productive, I'm just saying, for example, you need at least three major things on your to-do list. Other things should be handled by a VA. Else, you might find yourself less productive. This is proven by blah 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 in this book, and these are three things that you can do. And you give them value. That is top of the funnel content, helping them to see that this the problem that you're facing. This is a solution. That's awareness. That's top of the funnel. But what? How does that help you? How does that help you? I know you're giving value, but how does it come back to you when they keep seeing this thing? You're the first person they are hearing this thing from, right? And that's great. They have, oh my God, I didn't even know about that. Like, oh, she just gave us value. They have goodwill for you. When you give people something for free and your content is free, they have goodwill for you. So if at the end of that kind of awareness for content, which you have helped them to realize, you then go further by adding a free lead magnet that I've explained, or maybe a link to like, okay, if you're having problem developing your to-do list to be very effective and productive, I have a 15 minutes free call that I can have with you to give you clarity. They would most likely book you because now they just got aware, but you are trying to make people book you when they don't even understand the problem or the solution that they need. So you see, you need those kind of content to help people who are not aware become aware and then know that, oh, you're a VA too, right? Oh, this person can help me get clarity. So by getting the clarity, they will come to your DM, right? You will get their information, maybe their WhatsApp number or their email, and then they are able to book a call with you, right? That just makes it beautiful. You don't have to go through very, very strict step. Like you can just tell them to send a DM. Once they send a DM, you can tell them, you send me your email so that I can send you the link of the meeting. That way you get their email. It doesn't have to be complicated. Oh, you can send me your WhatsApp number, then we can chat for that day. Doesn't have to be very complicated, right? Because there are more complicated ways to do it, right? So that's the top of the funnel content. So when you come to the middle of the funnel content, this will are for the people who are aware of the problem, they are aware of the solution. They are just in a phase where we are trying to consider, should I get a virtual assistant? Will it be good on my budget? Does it even make sense for my business? I'm just earning $3,000 per month. Can I hire a virtual assistant that will cost me about $300? Does it even make sense? And even if I want to hire, who am I going to? There are a lot of thoughts going in their head. Some are not actively thinking about it, but sometimes it just pops in and pops out. You want to be able to have content that attacks that thought, right? So you want to create content like spending $200 on a virtual assistant monthly could be the best thing you will do for your business because spending $200 could mean earning $2,000 more if you are able to do these three things I'm about to list for you. That's the middle of the funnel content because what it does for you now is somebody who is still considering that is it really profitable to spend $200? Now you are giving them a sensible way, a logical way that a virtual assistant can actually make more money for you. For example, if a virtual assistant goes about doing an outreach of 100 outreach for you in a month, and you get just one booking, and that person is able to pay you about $2,000, you just got 10 times the amount you paid the virtual assistant, which makes sense, right? Or another thing you want, so you want to list out, as I said, you list out the problems, the things going on in the mind. Use ChatGPT. Go to ChatGPT and ask. I'm a virtual assistant. The major problem I want to solve is blah 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 blah. What do you think are the major problem giving my potential clients sleepless night? List them for me so that I can understand, and ensure to also list the thoughts bothering them, the thoughts going on in. Write it there and see if you will not see things. This thing should form the center of your content. You will just see that people just see that, oh my God, gift understands what I'm going through. Why does she look like she's in my head? It is because you're in their head. It is because you understand, and when you understand your potential client, it will look like magic. They will leave other people and come to you, right? So yeah, so that's the middle of the funnel content where you pick their objections. Their objections like, oh, what if I don't get result? So at that time, what you want to do is, for example, maybe you have an offer that works for people for like 2 weeks before they pay you. And then your content could be, I work for you for 2 weeks for free as a virtual assistant, and you won't have to pay me anything. This is just me trying to and then your content could go be like, I know you are in doubt if you're going to get results from it, but I'm willing to give you a guarantee and work for you for 2 weeks for free. If I don't get you any result within this time, fire me and I will ask you no question. That's an offer, but a consider is that middle of the funnel content that helps them feel like, oh, really? Oh, I've been meaning to get Fortuna, but I was not sure I'll get result. Let me use her for 3 weeks. I mean, let me get her service for 2 weeks. And see if she doesn't really get me result, she goes. I have nothing to lose, right? So you are looking at the objections that they have. What is stopping them from making a purchase? You already know that they need the virtual assistant, but what is stopping them? So you produce content in that regard. So when you're saying you want to put out three lead generation content in a month, it should be mixed. Mixed. Don't just keep saying this is the solution you need, get it now, this is the solution. No, that's the bottom of the funnel content. So like you just saw what I said now, middle of the funnel content also helps people during their consideration phase to come to you. So what you want to do is provide them free things that can help them come to you, trust you more, because now they are considering and they will only buy from those they trust. So you want to give them free consultation calls, you want to give them some clarity, you want to give them some checklist, you want to give them banger products, resources that can really help them. Don't say because I said you should go and push it, you just put something together and it doesn't help them. They just look at it and like, oh shit, nonsense. That's the way they will start seeing your brand as nonsense, right? You want to take the pain to do something that will solve a major problem for them. So let's move to the last part of the funnel, which is the bottom of the funnel content. This is the point where you want them to now make a decision. Their consideration, all of that, all those ones are going on board. You want them to now make a decision. You see this part. This is the part where I say every single person on net needs to understand sales. You don't learn sales because you are a salesperson, or how do I say, everybody is a salesperson. You are selling one thing or the other. Even if you don't need clients, you just want to go for interview, you're still going to sell yourself, right? So everybody should really learn sales and understand sales. Why? It's because it helps you to understand the psychology, the buying psychology of people. How do they think where they're about to buy? You think because your product is good, that's why they want to buy? It's about ad and money. People think so much before making purchase. Oh, I've given them so much lead magnet. Why is it so hard for them to make a purchase? My dear, is it your money? It's not your money, right? So there's so many things going on in people's head when they're about to make a purchase, at least most times, right? So understanding sales at this point is important. This is the reason why I say it. Many things you can put together, many things in this state. So let's think about it. What is going on in the mind of somebody that is thinking, eventually, I think I want to commit to getting a virtual assistant. Oh my God, am I even ready for this? Do I want to do this? When do I want to do it? Maybe I should do it in 3 months' time. I could do it now, but I think 3 months' time, there's no substantial reason why they don't want to do it now, but they just want to procrastinate it, right? So what do you do as a as a virtual assistant, all right? Or anything that you do? This applies to anybody. I'm just mentioning VA because there's a lot of them here. And what you want to do at this time, for example, is you might want to infuse urgency into your offer. This is the point where you talk about your offer. By offer, I mean what are the solutions and the benefits that you give to them by coming to you. So when they come to you, do they get 50 appointments a week? Do they get 1,000 emails sent out? What is the specific solution that matters to them? No one start listing solutions that they just like, oh, no, no. That thing that eats, is either the money side, the time side, or the effort side, right? So this is the time you want to present your offer. You want to make known your offer. Example of content can be, this is what you will experience when I start working for you as a VA. That's an example of it, bottom of the funnel corner, because now we are talking about the real thing, right? Becoming your VA. So, and then you list them for them, the exact thing you're offering, but make sure there are things that directly solves a major problem that they want, right? And then you list them out for them. And then in addition, you're telling them, as a matter of fact, you're willing to give the um this month, that even though you, I don't know, maybe take about 3 clients a month, you're willing to give your first client of the month 50% discount on the amount you charge normally as a VA. That can make somebody make a decision now. The reason it can help them make a decision now is because they're already in the consideration phase. They're already thinking, "Ah, I should buy this thing now." Imagine that when I was looking for that microphone and I saw the quality, I just saw somebody on Amazon that was doing like a 50% discount on the same product I wanted to buy. I'll buy immediately. Even though I was still asking my husband, "Ah, should I buy this thing now?" I was just, do I need it now? I still have a microphone working very well. And I was just there. But if I saw it that day, now somebody was saying, have a 50% discount, it will end the next, I will buy it, my sister. You see what happens when people are about to make a purchase, right? So that is one thing to consider, right? You want to put out your offer there. Another bottom of the funnel content would be sharing social proof. What have other people said about your service? A content could go like this. I know I talk about how good I am, but see what someone else said about me. And then you put a testimonial that maybe your client said, "Oh my God, Fortuna, God bless you. I never knew that I could feel at peace like this, working without feeling blah blah blah, without feeling burnt out, blah blah." And you post it. Someone is already considering, I need somebody that will get result from. And the person is seeing that someone else said you got them result, he will come for you. So you need to be able to mix up your content very well, that it does justice to anybody that meets you at any part of the funnel, right? So you need to be able to mix these things. I really think that should be clear. Is that clear, guys? Guys, is it clear? You getting me? Are you getting the content ideology? Right? These are things like, I know it can be hard to come up with content. Go on ChatGPT these days. If you know what you want, you can get what you want out of it. You can tell it, okay. The way I get the best out of ChatGPT is I talk to you like I'm talking to a real person. I don't just say, give me top of the funnel content, blah, blah, blah. I explain to it. I have an intention of doing this for my potential client. I have an intention of doing that and that and that and that. I have this particular offer going and I'm about to create bottom of the funnel content for them. What are the things that is what are the things that is obstructing or limiting the decision process of my ideal client? Now I want to create content around it. Give me 10 bottom of the funnel content ideas that I can use on LinkedIn, right? The fact that you put all of those things and you told it all of those things, right, is going to really help you, give you a better output. So these are the ways to capture lead. So now, if you're not taking anything away from this class, you take this away. Understanding your potential client. That's why, of course, Fortuna said a lot of you have still not concluded on on your niche. Please do it. Do go and do that. Because if you don't have the niche, if you're talking to everybody, you're talking to nobody, right? But if you can call somebody out, if you can be specific, your own is business owner, your lead generation VA means that then every business owner or every brand owner that has lead generation problem. Your own is administrative, blah, blah. It helps you to be able to confine your content, confine your lead generation, confine the things you need to do. But if you are like, I'm going to make a decision later, you are only learning the time that you will get result. I am so sorry to tell you. You understand, some people like, "Ah, if I choose one niche, every other person will leave me and go." Let them go. Do you know how many millions of people need your niche? If you're working for, if you're a lead generation virtual assistant, do you know how many business owners lead generation? But you want to do everything and nobody eventually comes because your content is not punchy, it's not facing somebody. You need to have a niche, please. Maybe Fortuna will do clarity sessions for you guys. Have that clarity. Tell her the way you feel about it. I usually have clarity calls for people before my trainings just for the sake of these things. I had a student in my last boot camp, and then he was like, oh, I really do a lot of things. I don't know what and we had to solve that problem first because there's no lead generation without you are going to be frustrated. Your content creation is not a joke if you want to get results. So you are going to be frustrated if you don't have a direction, right? Unless you're just there, you don't need the result immediately. But if you want results, you've got to have strategies, right? So please get clarity on the niche you want to do. That's the way you'll be able to say what is the problem of this person. No, what are their problems? No, this person, what is their problem? So when they see your content, when they see your lead magnet is facing them, are you solving a lead generation problem? So niche can come in different ways, right? Niche could be, for example, I'm a lead generation special. I have different skills. I do copywriting. I mean professionally now, standard for people. I do copywriting. I run advertisements. I do sales funnel, lead generation funnel. I do a lot of things in digital marketing space, right? But I decided to be a lead generation specialist because when you don't specialize, maybe you wouldn't have called me for this training if I'm not a lead generation specialist. I'm a digital marketer. Yeah, maybe when you need digital marketer, but there's a lot of things within. I decided that I'm going to do this. I know that even within the lead generation market space, I still need those skills, and I'm still going to be able to do a lot of things. I do email marketing and all of that, right? But knowing, letting people know you for a thing helps you to become top of mind. But they don't know you; they're just a virtual assistant. No, you can't be. Like Fortuna said, there's a lot of things under virtual. So, what are you? That's the way to separate your brand. Yes. So, I think Fortuna told me there's going to be question and answer. I would have said a bit more, but of course, there's still tomorrow for us. So, Fortuna, do you think we should take the questions now, or you think there's still time? Something. I'm trying to check if there are questions already on the board. So, guys, if you have questions, so that we can have time to take them before we round up. Any question, guys? So far, I will be willing to answer your questions. I'll ask your question now. If you come to me later, you will pay for my consultation session. So ask me now. I will give everything for free. Okay. So ask me now. Ask me now. You're confused about something or something has been bothering you. You want to ask? Ask me now. Don't wait till tomorrow. You never know. You never know how tomorrow will be.
Can I come in now? Can I
Yeah,
come
please.
in now?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Fortuna. You can.
Oluwapen, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Okay,
you.
okay. Thank you so much. So please, if you guys have any questions, keep dropping. Okay, keep dropping your comments, right? If you have questions, drop your comments. Drop those questions in the comment section and would answer those questions, right? So if you don't understand anything, like what, let's say from beginning to the ending of many things that she has said, if you don't understand anything or there's one particular place that you did not follow, please drop it in the comment section. Drop it in the comment section so that we can display it on the bar here so everyone can see it. Yes. Let me just put this one here. I'm sure you'll be able to see it. Pelumi,
All right.
can you see the question that somebody is asking?
I saw it before, but I can't see it now. Okay, I do get overwhelmed on which niche to focus on. I'm an
Yeah, what about
administrator.
now?
Yeah, I can see it now.
I
I can
do
see it
get
now.
overwhelmed on which niche to focus on. Customer supply email marketer, please can you guide me on how to focus on one? Okay, so basically, let me just answer that this particular training is not for niche. Okay, okay, so you can either meet me or you meet Pelumi if you need more clarity, right? So questions, we need questions on lead generation specifically, because I'm honestly speaking, I need to get, personally, if I didn't know much about lead generation, there are so many questions I would have loved to be asking her right now. There are so many questions, but I will not ask those questions. I need you guys to ask those questions so that you would know for yourself. Because honestly speaking, let's assume that I don't know anything about lead generation, I would honestly ask those questions. So I need you guys to ask those questions so that you will get more clarity on how to follow clients, on how to create content to get leads. Okay, on how to create content to get leads. So please drop those questions. If it's not later on, you will start saying that you've not been getting clients. These are part of the things that you need to know. Okay, these are the things that you need to know. So if you are like the what Agatha said, if your own question is also part of niching down, you're struggling to niche down or something like that, you can ask Pelumi privately or send me a message, okay, to my WhatsApp, and we'll talk about that. But for this for the purpose of this class, lead generation, you want to know how to get leads, you want to do this, please ask those questions.
Fortuna.
Keep your questions coming in, okay? Keep your
So
questions in.
I think there are
I
some
want to
questions.
ask a person, please, is it permitted? I want to ask a person a question. Okay, so Ogechi, just write down just type your question, type it in the comment section, and we are going to display it over here, just like what I did now. Okay? Okay, so somebody is asking, how does outbound leads work? How does outbound leads work?
All right. Fola Shade Ojo, thank you for that question. Yeah, we didn't talk too much about band leads. Outbound means you are reaching out to people, and they're not the ones necessarily coming to you first, right? A lot of people on LinkedIn, I have a lead generation community. A lot of them say, I just want inbound, I just want people to come to me. Oh, well, they will come, but you are leaving it to chance, like I said. I don't know. People don't want to put in the work. I don't want to say some guys are just lazy. You don't want to put in the work. You want to get client, I'll pay you in dollars. Please put in the work, right? So inbound leads is great. And definitely, as you grow in more authority, many times I get inbound leads too. As you grow in more authority and people see that, oh, this person has the value, they will come to you themselves. I need your service, I need this, I need that. But you're not getting that yet, or you have it, but it's not enough. I have products that I sell, digital product. Getting inbound leads cannot be enough for me, never. I need more leads, right? So what you do is reach out to your potential client. So this is how it works. I think we should talk about this tomorrow, yeah? I think we should really talk about this tomorrow, but let me just answer you briefly. First of all, if you have a niche, this is where it will be easy, right? Now you now know who are the people that need your solution. For example, maybe you decided that it's executive coaches that I want to serve, it's startup founders that I want to serve, it is blah blah blah, it is this and this and this person. Now you have to reach out to them yourself on LinkedIn, say for example, on TikTok or any social media platform. Or another means is, oh, this one will be too advanced. Let me not go there. It might be using other lead generation um databases like Apollo, like, but that's a bit too complex now. So let's just focus on the inorganic one. So the what you want to do now is now reach out to them. But there's a way to do that because it's called cold outreach. If you have heard that, a lot of people do it wrong. You just message somebody and immediately you bombard them. Maybe it works, but I don't know. If you send me that kind of message, I'll block you, right? Or I'll not even answer you. So there's a way it works. Don't just send a message to somebody and then tell them I'm a virtual assistant. I know you will need a virtual assistant. I know that now you are feeling overwhelmed. You need me in your life. Don't do that one, because right. So there's a way to carry on a conversation with them that then helps you to see them, because some of you think everybody has the same problem because you think they need a virtual assistant. No, people have specific problems. So when you're doing outbound, you want to like target, maybe I'm going to send 10 outreach message to people today. What you want to do is have a conversation with them. It's in the process of having a conversation with them that you find out their specific problem. Then you come in from there. We'll talk about all of this tomorrow. Then you come in from that angle. Then you have a conversation. Then from there you can book and all of that. And note, you are doing outbound marketing, be you need thick skin, which should be normal. Some people will not even reply you. Some people will even tell you, get out of my DM. I know you want to sell to me. Some people will say all of that, but if I teach you the right strategy, you will get less of that. So tomorrow, guys, because if I say it now, you might not get so much value for that. And I see there are other questions. So, Bola Shade,
Yeah,
you
the
can be
next
prepared
one
to
is
understand this tomorrow.
yeah, the next one is I am an admin VA, but I feel like what can one use to lead people to their DM?
Okay. So that question is valid. You're an admin VA. But I think you probably don't understand the problem of the person who needs an admin VA. Who needs an admin VA? That's the question. Oh, this person needs an admin VA. Why do they need an admin VA? Why would they take out the money they could have used to eat McDonald's burger and pay you, even if you think they have nothing to do with their money? So, what is the major problem that will make somebody need an admin VA? So, if you do not answer this question to the extreme, you won't be able to eat that sweet spot, and you need that sweet spot. The reason a lot of people don't get, when the generation even started, or when I got into it, I should say, some people will come to my DM, oh, I'll just generate leads and they will ghost me. I'll give them free books, they will not get back to me. Some of them, I say, give me access to this lead magnet you are giving to, is trash. I won't even read it. It doesn't even solve a specific problem. It's just like I'm reading a textbook, right? And the reason they are doing that is because you don't understand these guys. You don't understand what is giving them sleepless. Like, you don't understand what they would want to give their time to. So the question you should ask after this class, Sandra, is who needs an admin VA? Since you're an admin VA, who list them out? You can ask ChatGPT these questions, right? Who needs an admin VA? Why? What is the most important reason why they need an admin VA and will pay? It will list out the problems for you. It could be that they have overwhelmed you. Will see all of those things there. So it is from that problem you will pick. It's just like picking a solution to a problem. So then you can now feel like, oh, if I want to solve this problem for them, which is like a major problem, I can create a checklist. Or if I want to fix this problem for them, I can create a webinar. But you can't create a webinar if they are like busy business people. They will not come. It's for people like that still needs this thing that you can be creating webinar for. You can't be creating webinar for people that are even busy to come. But maybe they can quickly read a one-page PDF. Maybe they can quickly watch a 5 minute video that can explain something to them. But what you are doing is picking a problem and solving it. So I think I'll quickly use that to answer that so that we can take other questions.
Yeah, the next one is I want to ask if you'll be taking us on different tools needed as a lead generation specialist. Okay.
Sorry, before I go there, Sandra, I see that what you said is what can you use to lead people to the DM? I think you said to the DM. I think that's inbound that you're talking about. Like I mentioned, you can use this lead magnet. Like I mentioned, you can say, oh, you're giving a free strategy call. If you really sometimes I think people just follow trend. You see that some people say they are offering free strategy session. You also want to offer. If you know maybe you're not so expert at the thing you say you want to give. Don't offer free strategy session. Don't let them come there and now feel like I will never work with her. Seriously, don't just say everybody's making ebook, you make ebook. Be solving a real problem. I think that's the issue I have with most people. Don't say strategy call, and everybody is talking about strategy call. And when they get to the strategy call, they are not getting any value. It's just like they wasted their time. It will spoil your personal brand, right? So you can then tell them you have a strategy call with them. You can tell them if you need clarity on blah 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 blah, send me a DM and I will tell you 3 things to do. We just be as little as that. And then once they come to your DM, you know, "Oh, this person is my potential client," and you can go further with them and ask for their details. So yeah, will you teach about softwares? I will not go into that. Like I said, that's one of the things I wanted to mention because I think they would be too complicated. For example, now if I want to now start teaching you about Apollo, about LinkedIn Sales Navigator, not everybody here needs that, or maybe it's just me thinking that way. But if you all of you say you need it, and I show you. But some of these platform need subscriptions. Are you guys willing to go through that? If I take you on Apollo, it means you have to do email marketing. Are you ready for that? To be able to outreach the people because you will get a lot of leads from LinkedIn and Apollo and all other platforms that I will teach you. So I can teach all of these things. But are you really willing to do that? Because for me, um, I don't know, but I use all of these things actually because of the nature of my business, because of the nature of people that I work for. So if you guys think but I think it's maybe too complicated for this class because most of us are VAs here and what we need is clients. I don't think anybody here can take 5 clients at a time unless you have an agency under you. So, but maybe Fortuna will give me a feedback on that. But I would not want to go into that because it could be complicated. I don't want anybody confused.
Okay, let me put in the next one. Mm, okay. How do I generate the exact lead needed for B2B because it's often confusing.
All right. So I guess
Where is
maybe
this
your
coming
clients
from?
are people who need B2B clients. I don't know. It's still very, very um bright here, even though it's 8 p.m. already. But it's like you guys can't even see my face, but that's okay. Um So for B2B, actually, there are several means, but one of the major means is using all those platforms that I'm talking about because to reach other businesses, you need to be able to access them more than just LinkedIn. Of course, you can access them on LinkedIn, but the issue with connections and all of that. So, for example, now B2B, let's say you're working for a business selling a marketing software to other businesses. You will need to use platforms like this Apollo or several others of them are available. You will need to use this platform like LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which requires you pay for it. So that way there are filters that you can use to select specific industries within um, specific industry that are your target audience. You can choose platforms, businesses that are making an amount of revenue already. You can choose people that have specific amount of employees just for you to be very specific, and it will bring all of them out. So then you will be able to reach the specific people that are in the aims of making decision. For example, you're trying to sell like an email software to other businesses. Who are the people that makes that decision? Maybe they are VP of sales. So you need to check for VP of sales in certain industries that you're trying to sell to. So platforms that you use are like Sales Navigator, are like um Apollo like that. So Sales Navigator, for example, enables you to be able to send direct email message to these people, right? Though there's also a limit where you can sell, but for Apollo, you'll be able to get their emails, get a lot of other information about them, and start doing email outreach to them using email marketing strategy, which is a different thing entirely, right? But you need to be able to know the kind of email to send to them that they will read and all of that. So that is the way. But these things is like more advanced and will be for maybe people that specializes in lead generation.
Okay, thank you. So I'm seeing another one. This person is saying as a virtual assistant who have gained experience in being an executive virtual assistant to a publishing officer in the publishing books world. Trying my internship, what advice can you give me in generating leads? I think the person dropped in generating similar leads. I don't know, Pelumi, do you understand the question?
I think I'm trying to like you already have experience working um
Yes.
chief publishing officer, and now because you think you have that experience, you think it will be easier to get similar lists. Okay. So now it will go back to who are the category of people that needs okay, maybe you're trying to work for publishing officers. Then you need to know what they are called. Do they write publishing officers on their LinkedIn profile? All these questions you can ask ChatGPT, right? So you want to know what they are called. Let's say you want to reach out to them on LinkedIn. Are they called publishing officers? Are they called whatever it is that they are called? That is what you will now use to start searching them. And seriously, now what you need to do is you need to be able to prove that you can help them, prove that you can help them, put a portfolio together, a portfolio that shows the things that you have done, how you have worked with this person, the exact things you did. Maybe what you did for them was to put out the outlines of the books that they wanted to write, giving clarity. The benefit of the activities you did, for example, I was able to put together the outline of each book that we produce, giving clarity to the author. I was able to have an interview with the author to get the expression of what they want from the book, giving us clarity on how to produce the book. I was able to edit the book, blah, 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 blah. And then you say the benefit. Create a portfolio that when you now get to meet another publishing officer, or maybe someone that needs to write a book or anything, I don't know, then you can send them this portfolio. And when they look at the portfolio, they immediately know Francis can help me, right? So it's not enough to now go to their DM and say, I've worked with the chief publishing officer before, but after you now get to their DM, you can say, oh, I see that you're a chief publishing officer, blah, blah, blah. That's very beautiful. I used to work in a publishing firm, blah, blah, blah. And then you engage them in a conversation, which we are going to talk about tomorrow. Engage them in a conversation. And from there, you let them know, oh, do you have like, how are your projects going on? Do you have like projects going on at the moment? Blah, blah, blah. Presently helping chief publishing officers like yourself work as a virtual assistant. In fact, this is a portfolio you can check out to see the things I have done in the time past. Let me know if there's any way I can help you. I'll teach you how to go about all of those things tomorrow. But I'm just telling you that the first thing is know what these people are called. What do they write on their LinkedIn headers? Profile. Is it chief publishing officer? Is it publishing officer? What is it that they write? You can check your the person you work for and then check those things. All right. Yeah, yeah, I'm done, Fortuna. Fortune, can you hear me? I don't think Fortuna can hear me. Hello. Fortuna, can you hear me? Okay. I don't think you can hear me, but the next question is available. So I will. Oh guys, are you hearing me? Guys, are you hearing me? Okay, so she's the only one not here. So I'll go ahead. Please
Can you
can you solve real life scenario with the use of any of the tools to generate quality lists tomorrow? With any of the tools. Okay, so you guys, it's only for Lashade that wants me to talk about these tools. So I will not make this decision based on you. Fortuna can't even hear me now. I would have asked her to create a poll on
no, there
the
are
group.
so many persons. I think
Oh,
there are so many persons who would can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Uh
I can hear you, Fortune.
Good. I see that I see that there are some persons that said they are interested. Can you hear me?
All right then. If that's okay, yeah, I will do that so that you can see
Yeah,
how to do
yeah, but
it.
we'll still drop. I will still drop a poll. I will still drop a poll in the group. I'll still drop a poll in the group.
All right, yeah, we'll talk about
For
it.
like a clarity. Yeah, yeah,
All right, so maybe we'll just look at outbound strategy tomorrow, look at these and touch a bit on inorganic. I don't know if you guys need inorganic too. That means running advertisement, but I'll show you a bit, but we'll not go into it because like it's like you can't take a Facebook ad course in one day, right? So that I will touch on it to give you that foundational knowledge. And if there's any other thing, guys, that you want to know specifically, please you can drop it in the comment section or tell Fortuna so that she can send it to me tonight and I can prepare with that for tomorrow.
yeah. Though everything will be in the group on the WhatsApp group. You will see everything on the WhatsApp group. So we'll just have the conversation on the WhatsApp group. So
Okay.
it makes it easier for us to understand, yeah, where we need and what we don't need. Yeah. So I think that makes a lot more
All
sense.
right.
All right. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pelumi, for this day one session. So if you guys got value, please drum rolls. Let's just drop the lovely emojis, any emojis at all. Thank you. Guys, just YouTube, all right? Thank you. Tomorrow, and we'll continue with these other sessions, right? So you will just see the comments in the group. Okay, so it's in the group, we'll see more of the comments and then things we need to know more. Okay, so I think that is so. Please, if you still have more questions, drop the questions in the WhatsApp group. All right, drop your questions in the WhatsApp group. Drop your questions in the WhatsApp group. So she would, if she see those questions, she would attend to it. She would attend to those questions. All right. So Ogechi, you said you wanted to ask somebody a personal question. I don't know who you want to ask. I don't know if it's me or if it's Pelumi. So Pelumi is on our WhatsApp group. Okay, you can just send her a message privately. I'm going to tag her on the WhatsApp. You can send her a message privately. All right, and I'm also going to be dropping her LinkedIn profile. Can you hear me? I'm also going to be dropping her LinkedIn profile so you can follow her. All right. So connect with her on LinkedIn. So Pelumi, you just send me a DM with your LinkedIn profile so we can share it in the WhatsApp group so people can connect with you on LinkedIn as well. Okay. So there's a whole lot of message coming in. Okay. Let me just tag them here so you can see them.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. I'm glad you did.
Yeah, there's another one.
You're welcome. Thank you too for being here.
All right, so we'll see tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow. So thank you everyone for joining this live stream. So for those who are asking about the recorded version of it, this is already recorded, so you can literally see it on YouTube. Okay, it's recorded, so you can see it on YouTube. All right, so I think that's it for today's session. So see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much.